The general elections are only scheduled for next year, but if you want a small preview to that, keep an eye out for the Mumbai Cricket Association's elections that take place next month, and we'll see three of the biggest politicians of Maharashtra taking on each other. Anurag Dwari reports from Mumbai. BJP versus the Congress versus the Nationalist Congress Party. A battle that's played out on the political pitch for many years is now spilling over into the cricket field. NDTV is in possession of papers that prove that Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Prithviraj Chavan, and the former Deputy CM of the state, Gopinath Munde, will be part of the Mumbai Cricket Association elections to be held on the 18th of next month. And that Sharad Pawar will also be there contesting for the post of board president is now common knowledge. Interestingly, Chavan's name has been proposed by Mazgaon Cricket Club, the same body that was earlier headed by former CM of Maharashtra and MCA President Vilasrao Deshmukh.
अगर साहब डिसाइड करते हैं कि वो अध्यक्ष का इलेक्शन लड़ेंगे और जीत के आते हैं तो इंशाअल्लाह मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो विलासराव जी का सपना था वो जरूर पूरा होगा.
While Munde will attend the MCA elections as the representative of stylo cricketers.
आज मैंने फैसला किया है कि विलासराव को मानने वाले जो कुछ लोग हैं उनको सहयोग करना चाहिए और इस सहयोग की भावना से मैं आज एमसीए का सदस्य बना हूं और राजनीति के पिच से आज मैं खेल के पिच पर आया हूं.
तो पवार साहब को कोई चुनौती नहीं आपकी तरफ से?
नहीं, पवार साहब तो क्रिकेट में बहुत जाने माने हैं, हम उनको क्या चुनौती देंगे.
At the moment, both Chavan and Munde are non-committal about standing for the post of MCA president. But then, it's not uncommon for the politicians to keep their cards close to their chest until they are fully convinced for the numbers to win the elections. So, don't be surprised if it's a three-horse race when the nominations are filed on 11th of October.
Anyways, whoever wins the MCA elections, the legacy of heavyweight politicians controlling cricket in the state will continue. After all, the likes of Manohar Joshi, Sharad Pawar and Vilasrao Deshmukh have held the post of MCA president in the past. With Anurag Dwari in Mumbai, Nikhil Nas for NDTV. That brings us to our poll question of the day, and we're asking you, why do politicians become cricket administrators? You've got 4 options there. In fact, 5 options. All you need to do is log on to ndtv.com and cast your votes. The options range from genuine love for cricket to being in the limelight and even attracted towards big money in cricket. For more on this story, I'm joined by my 2 colleagues, Tejas Mehta from Mumbai and Rika Roy right here in Delhi. And I'll start with you, Tejas. With my limited knowledge of politics in Maharashtra, as I see things, Sharad Pawar and Prithviraj Chavan are political allies when it comes to politics in Maharashtra. Yet, they'll be up against each other when it comes to the MCA elections. How does that happen?
Well, Nikhil, even as far as politics is concerned, they really aren't the best of friends, or they don't really see eye to eye, given the fact that the NCP has always believed that Prithviraj Chavan works too slowly, and his predecessors, especially like Vilasrao Deshmukh or even Sushil Kumar Shinde, they have always had huge praise for them, saying that his predecessors in the Congress itself, they were chief ministers, they used to sign on all files very quickly. But just a few days ago, Pawar making this statement in Pune, being very critical of Prithviraj Chavan, saying that Mr. Chavan really does not sign on files and therefore it seems he has got paralysis. So the friendship, as far as political friendship is concerned, that certainly is not there, and that actually carrying on to the field now. No one would have really expected that Prithviraj Chavan would have really padded up and entered the world of cricket. But what's really happened is that there are about 330 clubs in Mumbai, and all of them they need to put forth a representative for the MCA elections. Now, MCA is an extremely powerful and rich cricket body in the entire country. Everybody vies for this position, as you're mentioning. So many past chief ministers have wanted to head the organization, and now Prithviraj Chavan really understanding the politics behind Maharashtra elections and trying to consolidate his position really, and therefore therefore perhaps he will ultimately run for the chief ministership.
Right. If I could interrupt you, you mentioned why they all vie for that position. Could you just throw some light on that? Why is it so important as far as their political career is concerned to be the head of the Mumbai Cricket Association?
Well, it's all about because of cricket itself. It's the most popular game. It has lots of money riding on it. I mean, Sharad Pawar's proximity to other politicians like Arun Jaitley and say for example Rajiv Shukla in Delhi, Umar Abdullah, Lalu Prasad Yadav. It is all connected to cricket at the end of the day. In fact, that's one reason many really felt that Prithviraj Chavan really did not gel with politicians as his predecessors really did, and cricket will really help that. But it's also at the end of the day about consolidating Prithviraj Chavan's position in Maharashtra and in politics itself. Many really believe he would go to Delhi, he would be really deported, as many were saying in a joking way, back to Delhi, but that really certainly not happening. But one thing, Nikhil, it's certainly clear that that cricket is a funny game, politics is even funnier, and politicians do make very strange bedfellows. Nikhil?
Right, that's why we enjoy covering sports and not politics. To you, Rika, who covers sports, we all know that Sharad Pawar is very keen to come back into the BCCI fold. But now that Prithviraj Chavan is standing for the MCA elections, I'm sure he would have gauged the situation, would have numbers backing him. Does that in any way dampen the dreams that Sharad Pawar might have to come into the BCCI via the MCA?
Well, Nikhil, let me give you a small statistics. Of the 27 state cricket associations, 7 are headed by very, very powerful politicians, and the rest of them are backed by politicians. So cricket, the administrators essentially are all politicians. So far as Sharad Pawar is concerned, he's been a very important constituent of the BCCI in the past. He knows BCCI to the T, and now he has expressed his desires to come back to the BCCI once again after having become the president of ICC. That in itself says a lot. As far as this battle is concerned, Nikhil, I don't read too much into it because we haven't had instances in the past in BCCI where one heavyweight politician has been pitted against another. We've heard in the past when Arun Jaitley was fighting to become the president of DDCA, the name of Kamal Nath was doing its round. Perhaps these politicians who have thrown in their hats in the ring, they are trying to test the waters, they are trying to gauge the kind of numbers they might have. But as far as Pawar's return to the MCA fold is concerned, I don't think he is going to face much of a challenge. He is going to anyways come back to MCA, and then thereafter going to make a comeback to the BCCI.